So here we are again. Hopefully that we fixed the issue with the net installation of the Fedora. Yeah. And we actually have fully downloaded server, this one, so we will not have the issues with my port link and at the same time streaming the live, typing the installation and focusing everything in one single bottleneck. So let's do again. Yeah, but just this time we'll choose this one. It's much bigger image. Everything should be still the same. Let's create this disk called Laravel test.local. Actually, we'll go like this because the extension and just not to mess with it right now. Choose volume, forward. But here in the computer name we will do it with the dot. And be much faster and responsive now. Lewis like, oh, finally we will not have to listen to this music anymore. Oh, you see, much better. So, so I will specify this host name, okay, and the IP address. Well, we should go like this. In order to reach this machine now, we will have 124. What did it say? 148. It will be Laravel test. Yeah, this is that machine. So this is done. Regarding the user settings, I usually create the user, and that's it. Because if we check this checkbox, then the user will become a member of the group wheel, which means it can be running the commands as sudo, actually as root. And since I promised the bonus here, how to connect your favorite, I'm assuming the Visual Code Studio or whatever they call it from the Microsoft, yeah, proprietary piece of crap, how to actually work with your virtual machines. I'll show you that once when I'm done with the installation part. So for this purpose we will just leave it as default, begin the installation in order to finish this pretty quick. So what's the issue? The thing is, those frameworks, people today asking you, do you know PHP? And you say, yes, I know PHP. But then they will ask you to do actually work in some particular, in some particular framework, like it's Laravel or Symfony or stuff like that, which is my understanding of the framework is that once when you build this, you have requirements from a customer to build the applications, right? And then, for example, like we say the library book, users will come to purchase the book from the library, and you need to have records who pick up which book and when he's have to return it and stuff like that. So here we have like these books, the library, and the people that come into library. So we need to create application for all of this. Therefore, we have some components, let's say, in application layer, and then people actually reuse these pieces of application. They reuse them in every single project, and therefore they call this framework. And I was never using the frameworks actually in the production in my life. I was just, learning them, and sometimes you're enforced to do and finish some stuff behind somebody else who set it up in Laravel. Application went fine for a year and a half, maybe two, and then problems started to occurring, and why is this? Well, sometimes people are lazy and they just expect everything working out of the box, and which is not the case. I usually advise people to develop their own framework, like you build your own ID, your own, identity access management, user login mechanism, all of these stuffs, the views, the models, the controllers, all this can be done by you as developer. So you build your framework for this library that will offer these books to the customers, yeah? And then should be fair enough to when you have another customer, like this guy that's selling cars, okay, and you need to create the application for him, then in this approach you should start from the scratch again, write him the controller, model, viewer, DB, whatever, but from scratch, my friend. And that is simply not the case. As we stated, people usually use these frameworks where the Laravel will take care about your routers, models, views, controllers, and what's not. So this is actually done. Let's reboot this system and try to actually connect to it. Once when it's booted up, we will see the echo reply from ICMP protocol will start answering to this IP address that we hard-coded. Should be the same. Yeah, you see. And now we say like SSH. Yeah, this is the fingerprint this machine offers. And then this is the first thing that I edit whenever I set up some machine. Why? Well, just I like my prompt to act accordingly with my host name, which is identity for this machine, and I like to have this huge output. So now when I come here, everything will be in place. Yes. We will update the system first. We don't need this window anymore. Yeah, and actually in this lesson we will not do any DB, Nginx, nothing, just pure Laravel framework. That can be done really easy peasy. You will see. It's just that we need to install the composer and a fedora operating system. That is really easy because, for example, if you purchase this Red Hat, proprietary guys and pay them money and blah blah yada yada, and at the end of the day you have to enable this Apple repo, and Apple repo is hosted by Fedora platform. So why to go one step away from the source when you can actually be at the source and do whatever you need to do for you and your customers? You know, I don't see reasons to commercialize all of this, but some other people have to do some work, you know. They was like, oh, Fedora experimental software. Yeah, but it's source for so many years. And here we see the machines will be updated real quick. We will have to append a firewall port. We will run the Laravel on the custom HTTP port 8000, for example. Therefore, we need to specify this port to the machine. If we say to allow just HTTP and HTTPS, the default for HTTP is 80, for HTTPS is 423, and we need 8K, you know, so we need to specifically open this port TCP for outgoing and incoming, or for actually incoming traffic to this edge, and just TCP port in this firewall zone. So it's just one command. As everything in GNU/Linux, Fedora is for me the best one of these. So I stick to it for my desktop and everything. The servers, in other hand, I do in FreeBSD for my production purposes, and for playground we can play with the Fedora, Red Hat, Debian, whatever. So you see a lot of packages, even though we installed the full version of the system. Got downloaded today from the source, but this is probably some 2 weeks old package, 3 weeks old package probably, this ISO. And you will see it's a really easy peasy straightforward procedure to have your, you know, environment up and running for Laravel framework in PHP. Really easy peasy, easy done. There will be probably some of the type errors of mine during the flight, because I do everything live from top of my head, and you know, sometimes I'm just human. Sometimes I forgot to route, do with double semicolons and whatever. Come on, man. Shall I stop this and then come back when this update is done? Do-do. It's almost done. The kernel got replaced. Since this is the server, we have to sudo reboot. Now we just wait it for reboot, come back, live again. Come on. Now my friend, in order to do this, we need just to install the composer. What is Laravel? Laravel will require you some PHP packages like PHP, command line PHP. You will see. Just type sudo dnf install composer -yes. You see PHP CLI, common, member string, process, XML, and whatever. It's a framework, they say, so you need these packages in order then for build a framework. Now let's build like test project, okay? Create the directory, then inside of this directory we can say composer, create project, Laravel, composer, create project Laravel/Laravel, okay, and then call it, let's say, my app. This should do the trick. And this is what I don't like. You see now all of these files are like downloaded from God knows from where. These guys, Symfony, Laravel, Native, Brick, Siglas, TS Versionen. He's doing the CSS, as you can see, blah blah. So a lot of they know what, so that's the framework, my friend. So it's created successfully. Now, once we're inside, we should serve this with artisan and say serve and host like on any IP, and then port should be 8K, let's say, but before we execute this, the port 8K is not listening here. It's not allowed via firewall, so let's say sudo -cmd get active zones. We will see get get active zone. Sorry, so Fedora server is the active zone, and we need to like set the port. So we'll do like add port equal 8000. We will say this is permanent, and we will say the zone where we're adding this is Fedora server. Here we will do zone equal Fedora server add port 8000 slash TCP permanent, and here we're missing the TCP since we have TCP and UDP. Right now it's success. And now, my friend, we can, like, run our little project with Artisan and specify the host and any of these that you have, and the port should be 8000, my friend. Whoa. Server. Why are we missing the Artisan? Wait. Just a sec. What we're missing? What we missed? We created a project. Which here we have to. Sorry. Sir. I forgot to enter the app. Business as usual. And now port 8000. The host double dash. Finally. And now let's check. We didn't do. Reload, my friend. Reload like this, my friend. Done. Then let me show you. Oh man. I will just have to open new window. Yeah. We say test.local and we say port 8000, right? There you go. Now uh, let's build some basic view and hello world, and uh, how to do this. Let's stop serving this. This sometimes can be confusing since I'm using just pure bash shell and no any GUI editors whatsoever. But let's try. So here we are in, let me show you like this, maybe will be a little better. You see, here is the tree of the framework because you wish to learn the framework, my friends. So here is your framework. Look at it. Laravel. Use it. It's going to be easy, they said. Look how much of this stuff is, already there in just these couple of years. So let's do like routes. See, and we have this web PHP where we need to append a new route for our hello world. So we will say something like this. Double this, don't forget. And let's call our view hello world. Okay. Actually, I have to put this in the single quotes, I believe. Yep. Then then we need to say where is this? It's in at index. Should be like this, I believe. If I'm wrong, we will figure it out together. Uh, that should be it. Now we actually cd this controller, yeah, that we just created. We need to make this file, yeah. World, yeah, and no. Just check something real quick. we have these namespaces. And then and then write the function. This and then now we will do small letters on the view, and that's it. And then we this blade thing is interesting, and this Laravel. And now all we need to do is to write the actual HTML. It's pretty much easy peasy. And then maybe set the language to be English. These go in double quotes, I believe. Then let's do some heading and the body, I believe, something like this. And here we will do like I think that's it. Now if we have to use this, and because this artsun file is here, you see, from here. And now if we refresh this, oh fine, and now da 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 la ra la ra la la ra la. Sorry, we have to fix this. Resources, views, welcome blade. Oh no, man. Hello world blade. and this should be done. That's it. Should be enough for today. A little bit of critics and then a little bit of lessons. So you see, with on this machine we're just using this artisan and composer, and it will install everything that you need it to deliver run this server for you. This is the nice for the development environment, but what I said, I promised you guys to have like your favorite ADI. Now we will break some rules that I never break, but in order to have your proprietary piece of crap like this one, will require me to do some hacks in order to do it workable. Just let me check something real quick. So yeah, we will do it something like this. We will connect to this machine as a SSH server, as a root, so we will be able to reach this. Actually, we don't need to. This is inside of the user, so yeah, we can do it like this. SSH. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Here is the test project. Here is the everything. Now you just need to exit this one. Yeah. And you need to find this one is, where is this? Actually, you run your favorite editor. This one, I believe. Yes, guys. File. Open folder. The other location. That's it. I trust the authors. Actually, this is the folder that you should open, but let's just close this. How to close this shit now? I'm not using GUI, so I don't know, man. Close all. Oops. File. File. Close folder. Oh yeah. Then open folder. That's the folder you need to open. And there you go. Like application, bootstrap, blah blah, yada yada. So the lesson for today, like set up the Laravel and connect your favorite editor. But how we are done this? Well, let me show you real quick. I had to specify the password for the root user. I usually don't do that, but as you can see, here it is. Then what we did in order to be able to connect with our editor here is we did simple thing. What's happening, man? We messed up for SSH. Yeah, anyway, I allowed root to use prohibit instead of prohibit password. You say allow him, and instead prohibit password you should say like allow yes. You see this part. Oh, we didn't. We connected as a user, so the user talking to the home directory on this machine. But in case you wish to use root, which I not suggest, you just change this line from prohibit password to yes, and then you will be able to use it as a root. Yes, actually minus aux daemon should kill this. Uh, 1976. Yep, that's the one. Now we are alone on this machine. So that will be all their followers, subscribers, whatever. Yeah, we killed the artisan, so that is why this is no more up. Yeah, how to do Laravel or any other framework. Easy peasy, as you can see. Have a nice day. Bye bye.